Hey everybody, it's Quad Nines here, and I'm making the video here I've been wanting to make for a while, but I wanted to make sure I did enough research and got the right people, I think, for my picks. What I'm talking about, of course, is the Magic the Gathering movie. There's not really a screenplay, there's not a cast. All there is right now is the producer, I believe, slash screenwriter, and Simon Kinberg. He does have a lot of, the fantasy sci-fi background with your X-Men, Sherlock Holmes, Jumper, stuff like that. So he definitely, knows what he's doing in this style movie. I hope he does have. He's got a lot going on right now. He's actually doing the X-Men Apocalypse, which I think about a year and a half. He's overseeing that, the best I know. But he also, is doing the Magic the Gathering movie. I don't know if he's like putting stuff off for other people, if how much he has in it, but hopefully he does a very good job. So I really want this movie to be good because they want to make multiple movies. If the first one's good, that kind of locks you in for sequels. So since we don't know anything about the storyline or the characters that they're definitely going to have, just going on my best guess, the main characters would of course be planeswalkers because they are the cards that sell packs. They turn games when you cast them. They're also the major characters in a lot of the source material that WotC puts out, whether it be the ebooks, the little you know, Arcana and stuff on the mothership site. Also, I get basically all these pictures and the information from IMDb. I don't claim any of these pictures or anything like that. I've been on a bunch of message boards, people suggesting actors and actresses for different parts. Kind of took some of that. Some of them mentioned some people I didn't think of, but for the most part, these are my picks. But like I said, I don't own any of this content. This is not me, but it's useful for this video. So the first character I want to talk about is the poster planeswalker for M15, and that's Garrick Wildspeaker. Now, right now, he's a little darker than he was when he started, but he's definitely the big planeswalker they're pushing. He's also one of the original Lore in 5. So casting him correctly is probably a big deal. My pick is going to be Joe Manganiello. He's played Werewolf on True Blood. He's huge. He's like 6'5". Um, like I said, he's played all kinds of stuff like that. He was actually in the original Spider-Man. So he's been in sci-fi fantasy for a while. He fits the bill. I think he'd do a real good job as Garrick. So that's, easy slam dunk. He's a little older. He's not quite 40 though. I don't know how young they're going to go with the actors since they are planning on making multiple pictures. But I hope they, find it to get this guy to be Garrick because I just definitely see him as Garrick. Now, Garrick is, of course, turned dark. He's black green now because of the Veil Curse. Now, who put the Veil Curse on him but Liliana Vess? Some people would just spout off, oh, they should get Angelina Jolie because, yes, she's very attractive, very good actress. Would never do this movie because she's older, still very attractive, like I said. But she's got other things going on. I mean, she produces some, and just she's got a lot of stuff going on. And I think she's probably a little bit older than you'd want. And she's tied into a couple other things. The person I would pick would be Olivia Wilde. She has the sci-fi background. Tron, what she did in Time, which definitely had a fantasy sci-fi feel to it. But I mean, this picture here just screams Liliana the Veil. She's about the right age range. I think she's late 20s, if I remember correctly. I think she would definitely be the correct pick for Liliana. There's some other people you could put in there, like let me see, was it Emily Blunt? I don't know what she's got going on, but this would be a little bit more my pick for Liliana. Now, one of the next ones I want to talk about is a Planeswalker that just came back this year to the core set, hadn't been around since Zendikar, and that's Nissa Ravain. Uh, this is Saoirse Ronan, and she's been in. She's still pretty young. She's like barely in her 20s. Been in over, I think, 20 movies, 17, 20 movies already. She's in The Host. Actually, had played multiple parts in that same movie. So, and she has a really thick Irish accent, but at the same time, she does none of that comes through in the movies unless they want it to. Like she can do any kind of accent, just about, and she'd be an elf, which I think she would just be a good pick for Nissa. I think now they do want to go a little bit younger with Nissa because elves generally are immortal. They stop aging at some point. I'd imagine that'd be early 20s. That's just my guess. So definitely would want to go with her for that part. I don't know how much like storyline this would have right now, and unless it was just a really global storyline, which I don't know if I'll go with right away. But she just one I wanted to mention. Now next, this is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. For those of you that don't know, for some unknown reason, I think he would be my pick for Jace. He might be a little bit older than what the producers are looking for. He's in his early 30s, but I don't think you could find a better actor to play Jace. He's just played all kinds of different roles. I really loved him in Inception. Also in Looper. Not a lot of people saw that compared to like Inception. But he's really methodical in his acting. It really takes on the character, and I think he'd be a great Jace. Also, he's not tied into any of the huge franchises. Like, you can't get, for example, like Chris Hemsworth, you can't get him as Gideon. He's Thor. He's not going to do two big franchises at the same time. So, but he's not really tied to anything at the moment that would be huge enough to where he couldn't do these. So definitely be one to think about for Jace. Now this is Gemma Arterton. She would be my pick for Chandra. Now sometimes she does have red hair. She had red hair actually, I think, in the James Bond she was in. But she also just plays real strong female characters, kind of kick ass. Like, I don't know if you saw the Hansel and Gretel movie, the kind of the rethinking of it, where they were witch hunters. She was very, strong female lead in that, and fiery, which is, just described Chandra very much. I couldn't really think of anybody else, just off the top of my head, that wasn't, a fair bit older. Now, of course, there's, like I said, there's a couple people that would be like Kelly Riley. I don't know if you've seen her in some different movies, but she's a redhead. She's a little bit older, I think, that would be want to be for the part, but this would be my pick. On to the next one. Now, you've probably never seen this man before, even though he has over 420 credits. The thing is, they're voice credits. He does a lot of voiceover work. His name's Jim Cummings. He's been in stuff from like the 80s Transformers, some of the Ninja Turtles, I think, in the 90s and in the 2000s. He's done Disney movies. He's done video games. He did voices on Grand Theft Auto. If it's voiceover work, he's your guy. He'd be my pick to do the voiceover for a Johnny. Now, like I said, he's going to get it done. He does all kinds of work. And he has the voice I've heard him a bunch of different things, but most of his voice is kind of similar. But he sounds like a Johnny to me. Now, if they didn't get this guy, if they would get like a bigger name for the voice, they could go with Liam Neeson, who I'd also be very happy with. He, of course, voiced a big cat before. He did Aslan in the Chronicles of Narnia series. Also, Morgan Freeman would be a really cool pick for a Johnny. I don't know if they do it, but like I said, this would be my number one choice because I think he would do it. He'd do a really good job and kind of fits the bill. So now this is Gwendoline Christie. For those of you that don't watch Game of Thrones, if you're thinking, wait, no, that doesn't seem like the right person for Elspeth, which is, by the way, the person I'm talking about, then you just need to see this picture because she plays Brienne on Game of Thrones. She would be a perfect Elspeth as far as like being a strong fighter. She wields a sword, mixes it up with all the guys and all that stuff. As good as any other knight. The problem is she's like 6'3". She's seriously tall. I don't know in the storyline how tall Elspeth is, but I don't think it's 6'3". But even with that, I can't think of anybody that would do a better job at Elspeth. Also, I don't know if they'd have her since they quasi killed her off recently. But that could be part of the storyline. Don't know. As far as other people that may or may not be in the story, but I would really approve to be in the movie. This is Luke Goss in Hellboy 2. I would pick him for Soren Markov, obviously, if you can just see this picture. He has played a vampire before as well. He was the hybrid vampire in Blade 2, I believe it was. So he's used to all the makeup and the wigs and just all the fantasy roles and all that. Having to speak different languages, made up languages sometimes. But he just screams Soren, in this role. I'm not sure if they'd cast Soren, but I can't think of anybody better than this guy. Now, who is the main planeswalker that always has his hand, we'll say, in everything? That's right, Nico Bolas is in everything has to do with anything in the multiverse. And you want a really strong voice, of course. As far as dragons go, of course, you had Benedict Cumberbatch did Smaug in the recent Hobbit movies, so you probably wouldn't want to cast him. I don't know if he'd do it, but you wouldn't want to cast him. The voice that I would love, love, love to be Nicol Bolas is one of my favorite doctors, Christopher Eccleston. He, he's done a lot of great stuff. I liked him in Gone in 60 Seconds. Of course, I liked him in Doctor Who. He does this type of movie. He was the main bad guy in the second Thor movie, The Dark World. Now, like I said, he's not kind of tied in with that anymore. I'm not going to spoil anything, but he's the character's probably not going to be any more of the movies. So would definitely be my pick for Nicol Bolas. He just has that kind of commanding voice, and I kind of picture Nicol Bolas a little British, to be honest. Grixis British, probably the same thing. But anyway, I've rambled on a little bit in this one, but like I said, I have no reason to think these would actually happen. These are just my picks. If you have any suggestions, if you think I just blatantly got somebody wrong or I just left somebody out, please post down in the comments below. I want to talk about this, get some feedback on it. I really want these movies to do well, and they do well by casting. Casting is big in these type of movies because you got your diehard fans like me. I'll probably go see it even if it's horrible. I won't like it, but even if it's horrible, I'll go see it at least once. But to get in your outside of the main hardcore fans, you have to have big names that can fill seats, and all these names I think can definitely pull fans in. But none of them. It's not like going to be the Avengers where it's going to be like a $250 million budget or something like that. But anyway, like I said, just please comment below, send me messages, whatever you want to do. But just, if you got somebody left out, somebody small, maybe I haven't heard of them, doubtful, but maybe I haven't. So just please comment below and we'll get a little conversation going on this. Thanks for watching.